I know it's early in the season, but when are we gonna finally see the Cat Brunson duo rear its ugly head on the league? And do we have the same issues Minnesota had with playing Karl-Anthony Towns in the fourth quarter? Hit that rock. Before we get started, make sure to hit like, subscribe to the channel, make sure to hit dark notifications so you get each and every notification for each and every video. I know I said it really fast. Also, visit underdogfantasy.com. Use the code Legion or LK to get matched up to $1,000 on your first deposit and bet all the parlays you can do. My Jets are eating absolute garbage right now, but Garrett Wilson is fairly clutch in the catches department. So bet responsibly, but definitely bet using code Legion LK. Get matched up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Let's get it. Now, of course, weekend where my Jets lose to the Patriots, Manchester United lose to West Ham on some BS from VAR. Really, Michael Oliver? So I'm expecting the Knicks to come out. Give me something to cheer about during the week or for the weekend, even though it is a new week. But, and of course, the Knicks lose tonight to the Cavaliers, 110 to 104. Despite the fact the Knicks played a good first half and a lot of good signs, a lot of things I like in that first half. One, Josh Hart. I mean, again, underrated player of the game. 10 rebounds in that first half. 9 points, was all over the floor. Second chance opportunities. I believe he had 3 offensive rebounds. Was flying all over the place. And that's what Tom Thibodeau likes to have. We play those 5-out offense, even though it's not really 5-out. Because I'll get to why I don't even think it's 5-out. But Josh Hart just being all over the place, being such a connector. And also hitting shots, being aggressive. Not just hitting shots, but taking them. Took about a few threes in that first half. I want to say he took about 2 threes in that first half. Definitely at least hit one of them. But this is a Josh Hart that we've been asking for, to be aggressive, be able to cover for your brother. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. From, of course, New Jack City, one of the greatest movies of all time. But your man Josh Hart with 1 for 3 from the outside, which is fine, 33%. But I'm not looking at percentage. I'm looking at you taking these opportunities. Try to be a threat. We know that Josh, when he gets in rhythm, he gets more comfortable with the ball in his hands. Another thing too, Mikal Bridges. Beautiful to see Mikal Bridges zoom on all over the place. Again, this is what we've seen from the last 2 years he spent in Phoenix, being able to zoom off of screens, play on and off the ball. I would like them to run a little bit more pick and roll with Mikal Bridges. His dribbles aren't the most, twitchiest, but I think he has a good enough dribble that he can operate off of a big. We'd love to see a little bit more of that. But Mikal Bridges tonight, I thought, was excellent. Throwing the ball, they went away from him. Had 10 points in the first half, no threes, 5 for 8 from the field, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Again, his tag defense, I thought was really good. I just liked everything about what I saw from Mikal Bridges. And the interesting thing, we talk about this 5-out offense, but it's funny because it seems as if Cat wants to play more on the outside. They're putting Mikal Bridges on the inside. He had that nice pass, I believe it was in the first half, to OG Anunoby. We made that nice play, that nice pass from the low block to the right wing facing the basket. And OG Anunoby 3. Again, the Knicks just seem to be in good cruise control in terms of being able to move the ball around, especially in the second quarter. Now, the Cavaliers were effective in kind of stifling Brunson. Brunson kind of struggled in the first half, 4 for 11 from the field, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. It seems as if the Cavaliers weren't really biting on the head fakes and the double moves. Just weren't really biting on it, and it really didn't have to be a Brunson game. So again, all these other guys were contributing. OG Anunoby I thought was really strong in terms of trying to attack the basket. He has a weird thing where I think his balance is just off. He needs to go to some yoga, something. Just several times in the past 2 games he'll drive, hit into a player, and then he'll kind of like fall a little bit. And so I just wonder if he could maybe go see, I don't know what it'd be, yoga, I don't know the hell, to go and try to fix his body balance. But I thought he played relatively well in that first half. 6 points, 3 for 7 from the field, over 2 from 3, 2 rebounds. The Knicks, again, overall, outside of the bad 3-point shooting, because both the Knicks and the Cavaliers were terrible in that first half, more so in the first quarter, until Payne hit that 3 near the end of the first quarter. They're just both terrible from the outside. The Cavaliers, again, Knicks played relatively good defense. Even though they were sloppy on their own end, 8 turnovers, but they were able to generate 7 turnovers from the Cavaliers, made them shoot 40.5% from the field, 25% from three. I feel like freaking Dean Wade missed every three he took in that first half. He did go 0 for 3 in the first half. Evan Mobley, I know he had his 7 points, but he's just more of a roller. He tried to attack the basket several times, 1v1. Just the touch wasn't there. He was again positioning, but I didn't fear him in the post. And I think that you see with the Cavaliers been working on him, trying to be a little more aggressive. Atkinson, a coach, who I liked. Tom Thibodeau's my guy. I'm just saying I like Kenny Atkinson when he's with the Knicks and then when he was with the Nets. They're trying to get Evan Mobley to be a little bit more aggressive and trying to work on his offensive game. But again, Donovan Mitchell shot 5 for 8 in the first half, 1 for 3. Darius Garland 5 for 9 from the field. They were their best players, but the offense from the Cleveland Cavaliers in that first half was not potent whatsoever for me to even think that we were going to be in trouble with this game. Again, Brunson was stifled, but other guys were contributing. We were getting the rebounds. We were getting second chance opportunities. The tag defense was there. OG Anunoby with a great jump ball reaching on Karis LeVert. But what happens? Oh, by the way, too, man, it looked beautiful. The Knicks. I know we didn't shoot well in that first half, but we did hit some shots. Miles McBride, my done life, 3 for 7 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3 in that first half. I just felt like, the Knicks going into that second half just had some strong momentum. Be able to shoot out of the zone. Cavaliers try to run zone in us several times tonight against Cavaliers. Just didn't work. In that second half, again, the three-point shoot was a lot better. 4 for 10 from 3, 40%, 44% from the field. We were making our shots in stride. Mikal Bridges, again, like I said, being able to operate in a low post. That so-called 5-out offense, whatever. Mikal was able to find OG on the left wing, or the right wing, for one shot. It just felt like the ball was moving around, and then the Cavaliers caught up. We couldn't stop the rain from the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers finally found their religion from the outside, shot 43.8% from outside. Darius Garland was killing us 3 for 5 from outside. Donovan Mitchell hit a few big threes in that second half. We couldn't stop dribble drive penetration, handoffs underneath to the bigs. Jarrett Allen had a few rolls to the basket that were effective. Evan Mobley. It's just the Knicks defense just kind of fell apart. And again, some of these threes that Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, like I mentioned, they were some deep threes. So again, they were just hitting shots in rhythm, but we were again very, 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 very sloppy. 8 turnovers in the second half as well. 8 turnovers. You're not going to win a game being that sloppy. Trying to drive into traffic, trying to jump past. Had several of these stupid decisions tonight, man, that just ruined us. And again, as much as Brunson's my guy, this was not supposed to be a Jalen Brunson game. Now, the guy got hurt, I believe, in the end of the second quarter, went to locker room, came back in the third quarter. But this is a game where Mikal Bridges was cooking. 4 for 7 from the field in the second half, 1 for 2 from 3, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. The mid-range was hitting. The outside shots were starting, even though he only made 1. But he just looked like such a dangerous player out there. I'm not saying he couldn't stop him, but he was just much more effective on offense. I don't know why the Knicks did not keep feeding him. Made absolutely no sense. OG Anunoby too was also hot from the field. 4 for 6 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3, 2 assists, 1 steal. Why did they stop going away from it? Look, and Jalen Brunson talked about it post game, said that we have to get Cat more involved. But this has been an issue going back to Minnesota. Cat in the fourth quarter of games can fade away. He can hide to where you don't even know if he's on a team or not. This is one of the reasons why Karl-Anthony Towns was subbed out for Naz Reid last season with the Minnesota. Many times late in the fourth quarter. They did it in the playoffs, right? Now, it's obviously an offense-defense thing you get with Naz Reid, but Cat just does not assert himself. And that's also on Brunson, too, be able to set the guys up. Where are the damn pick and rolls? Where are the damn pick and pops between Brunson and Cat? There was a time when they took out, it was like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, I believe, that they took out Huck Purdy. They took out Cat to bring in Huck Purdy. Because Cat, I don't know, but is moping around. It's just not effective. Like, bro, they got to find a way to make it more effective. I like the little post-up that he did on Evan Mobley. Got to get more of that. When these guys are making a comeback, especially in that fourth quarter, I think they finally took the lead in the third quarter, but when they'll come back in the fourth, or they truly be in a threat in the fourth quarter, should have been, dump the ball down this guy and draw me some damn fouls. And I understand, Evan Mobley's a great defender. But we gave way too much confidence to Evan Mobley, where now, on the help defense, blocking Miles McBride, blocking Brunson. We had no real inside presence. I'm seeing Karl-Anthony Towns standing outside. Brunson, Tibbs, Cat, get your ass in the post. Get his ass in the post. Y'all not going to get to McCall in the post. Get it to Cat in the post. Y'all love Brunson. Brunson's my guy. Brunson has to figure out he doesn't have to do it by himself. Take a page from Jimmy Butler. I'm telling you, I've watched over the years with Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler will have 9-point games, 7-point games. He's feeding everybody else. Preserve himself for the playoffs. I understand you want to get the stats up there, but this was not a game for you, Brunson. Tibbs should have also said that too. This is not a game for you. Now, I'm not saying force it to Karl-Anthony Towns. That's not my point, but it's to get it to the other hot hands. Get it to your Mikal Bridges. Get it to your Miles McBride. 3-4 from the field. 1 for 2 from 3 in the second half. 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Get it to the other guys. I don't even say peripheral, but your secondary guys. Just unacceptable by the Knicks. Terrible execution. Well, granted, look, it's the third game. I know people say too much, but shut up. Just don't talk. But this was, and I'm sorry, Jalen Brunson went to the locker room late in the third quarter, not in the second quarter. My bad. But, I love what I saw from the other guys, man. Miles McBride is taking a step up. I believe he's one of the leaders in three-point shooting in the NBA at this point. I know it's 3 games. But it's nice to see the guy that some people wrote off as not even being an NBA player be able to contribute on such a high level on both ends of the floor. You know what I'm saying? And just to get to the other side of the floor, the defense, man. There was several plays, like I said. The Garland and Donovan Mitchell hit some big-time threes, deep threes. The rotations were good. You're seeing the Knicks defense, the maturation of communication, taking initiative. The guys are rotating. They'll help out on the attacks, and then remember to pop back outside. Now, you see some lapses here and there, but for the most part, it's a lot better than what we've seen. And the first half was a testament. Second half, even the second half, can't really go by the numbers. It wasn't so bad as, like, if you look at some of these rotations, they weren't as bad as it would see, as the numbers would make it seem. But when you can't use offense to kind of slow the other team down, control the pace, get guys into foul trouble, throw them off kilter. Sometimes a defensive team that could get hot, or a team like the Donovan Mitchells, they might as well be called that. Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, those guys get hot. Now we've handled Darius Garland before in the past, but we know that he's a guy that could give you 25, 29 efficiently and just go off. He's one of those hot scorers. Right, but the Knicks just did not take advantage of some of the mismatches. We did not attack their front court enough. Just really disappointing in terms of execution between Brunson and Cat. They have to make it. They have to make it their deal to have that 2-man game, especially in games that people talk about all the time. Shumpert talked about him. People kill Shumpert. Oh, those two don't scare me laying games because I'll just basically double on Brunson and I think he said sag off Cat. But you don't have to sag off. Cat's not doing anything. Cat is not doing anything. He's not effective. He shot that one little bum-ass mid-range, but 7 shots for Cat. I also blame Cat too. Cat, you got to assert yourself to where you saying, hey, look, man, just get it to me in the post. They're going to double me. I'm going to pass it back out. Let me be a century. Let me be a gravity player. Let me try to impact the game somehow. And it may not even be me scoring, but get the floor a little bit more open. Like, it doesn't make any sense. The Knicks, I thought, had great spacing. The Cavaliers had terrible spacing at times. There were times where there's freaking 2 guys stuck near the low block and the point guard's driving into them tonight. So, look, man, it's a little upsetting from what I saw, but Knicks can definitely fix this. It'll be interesting to see. Again, I want to see what they did in that second preseason game where Karl-Anthony Towns and Brunson had a beautiful pick and pop, pick and roll game. Karl-Anthony Towns got to figure out what does he want to do. Brunson got to figure out what is the most effective, where the most effective spots usage for Cat. It's up to everybody. This is you get relatively monumental trade for this organization in terms of trying to get that guy to get you to the next level. And they all got to figure it out. Again, it's the third game. But I just wish you would have seen a little more initiative by these guys. Again, it's not a game from Brunson to go off, but it is what it is. Now, I hope Josh Hart is fine. He's been getting banged up. He had that one fight that could have been called a flagrant. I believe was it Mobley? I can't remember who grabbed him as he was going up, and he hit his body going to the floor. The guy's neck has been messed up. His leg has been messed up. He's playing his ass off like that. So salute to Josh Hart for being the absolute demon we know he could be, man. All that joking around and not being aggressive, man. F all that. Be aggressive. Find your spot. Find your rhythm within the game. Please, begging you, Josh. But hopefully he's fine. You got the Heat coming up next. Got Bam at a bio. Now I'm hearing there's some interest in Jimmy Butler by the Rockets. That'd be interesting. Now, the Miami Heat 2-1. They just beat the Pistons. I just feel bad for the Pistons. 0-4, man. My son Cade Cunningham trying to do the best he can, but that team just it's still young. They just whatever. Miami Heat won 106-98. 2-1. So we face them on Wednesday. Again, I'm waiting to see. Okay, the two-man game between Brunson and Bam Adebayo should be another game where the Knicks can showcase or show that they've put away the shooting woes against the zone, which they have over the past few years, seasons. They've been doing a lot better shooting against the zone. But it was nice to see McBride and a few other guys hit threes, and the Cavaliers try to be aggressive and throw the double up top on the guard, and we kicked it out to the wing. And I think it was McBride hitting the three, so it's beautiful to see. And obviously Mikal Bridges as well too, OG Anunoby, just to be able to space the floor. But we know what the Heat like to do: throw that zone at you, be aggressive up top. You know, we've had some excellent games. RJ Barrett, Read and React a few years ago. IQ and Grimes with their solid games in the win. RJ Barrett game was actually, he had like 44 and we lost, but still a close game. So it's just see, okay, what the new wings and new weapons can do against the Miami Heat team, who will probably, on the older side of things now. Jimmy Butler's getting a little bit older. But again, they've been a team that's been, I'm not even sure if you call it truly a thorn in our sides, but it's a team that's given us issues in the past, obviously in the playoffs a few years ago. But it's a team nonetheless that, I think we're getting confident that we could, I won't say handle, but we could definitely win against this team, right? Scary Terry, similar to Garland in many ways, athletic guard who likes to play on the ball, can score in bunches. Tyler Hero had 12 points against the Detroit Pistons. Jaime Hasquez, who was a Six Man of the Year candidate, 12 points, but he don't really scare me as well. Either 12 points, 9 rebounds. Jimmy Butler tonight, 23.7 assists, 4 rebounds. And my son Jovic, played only 13 minutes, but 6 points. So I'm interested to see how the Knicks come out against the Heat, how we break their zone. Brunson, Brunson's touch has been off this past game. I want to see again how does he approach against Miami Heat. He should have a favorable matchup against Terry Rozier. Bam Adebayo is an excellent defender, but you don't have Allen and Evan Mobley. Granted, we've been able to handle Allen and Mobley in the past, but granted, you don't have those two. So be interested to see how the Knicks come out. But again, the two-man game, I got to see more of that. Getting the ball to Mikal Bridges when he's hot. This should have been a 30-point game for Mikal Bridges, 35-point game for Mikal Bridges easily. Brunson, you're the gravity play. Sometimes gravity impacts everything else in indirect ways. Sometimes it's better to impact everybody indirectly than directly. You know what I mean? Use your gravity for better. Cat, Tibbs, Brunson, find a way to make Cat more impactful, more effective on the floor. Pick and pop, pick and roll, get your butt in the post. Got Mikal Bridges out there being a sentry down low in the post, feeding guys on the outside with his passes. Shouldn't that be you, Cat? Anyway, let me chill on that. But guys, I appreciate you, man. Please leave a comment at the end of this video. Make sure you leave your thoughts and tell me, man, what do you think were the issues in the game versus the Cavaliers? Do you no longer have the Cavaliers number? Are you scared of the Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference? Was just a mess up by the Knicks? How do you see this Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns dynamic playing out? I don't even say for the rest of the season, but then say the next 10 games. We have, I think, a 4-game road trip. So how do you see this kind of playing out during a road trip? Do you think there's any, I don't say any issues. I don't think there is. But how do you think that these guys are going to react if the losses kind of continue and they can't get that two-man game going? I'm saying, how do you feel about Mikal Bridges and even OG Anunoby, Miles McBride not really being featured heavily as they should have been, or more so should have been, over, say, Brunson taking those shots in the second half? Leave a comments. I was about to say it, but I believe you guys. I love you guys, man. I appreciate you guys, man. God bless you. Peace, Lou. God bless. And I will see you guys on the next one. We are out. Peace.